Well, we didn't catch any record browns, but we know the potential is there, as I mentioned, especially now since they've added the sea forel and brown trout to the mix. They can reach 20 pounds in 4 years, and they live 7, 8, 9, 10 years sometimes. So there's potential out here in the Great Lakes for giant browns anywhere along the shoreline. In the springtime, they're right up against the banks, and you can go out and troll any kind of a minnow bait, little light flutter spoons, get the lines out behind the boat, get boards out on either side, and troll along in front of river mouths and streams, wherever there's a warm water influx. And that can start in February, so you have to start watching early in the season for those big water browns. And it happens, like I said, all around the Great Lakes, and it's an inshore thing. You can do it in a small boat. There's a lot of species to cover. We're gonna move on now. We're gonna stay on the Niagara River though. Mike Carney and I had so much fun fishing those browns and Lakers that we stuck around for one more day. We got a hold of Bruce Blakelock, a guide on the Niagara River, and we had a great time catching steelhead there. A little later on, we're gonna be back out here in open water and show you how to catch them out there. Let's go to the Niagara River and see how we do it there.
Niagara Steelhead. Migrations. Finding new habitat that fits the season. Moving toward ancestral spawning grounds. Intercepting baitfish concentrations. Many predatory fish migrate for a variety of reasons. Some of these movements are time to kill two birds with one stone. In-Fisherman editor Matt Straw and publisher Mike Carney are moving to intercept that kind of migration on one of the main arteries of the Great Lakes, the mighty Niagara, where steelhead and many other Great Lakes predators move to intercept massive fall migrations of emerald shiners.
You've got brown trout, salmon, steelhead, and Lakers this time of year. In the summer you come, it's walleyes, muskies, smallmouths, just a tremendous fishery for all kinds of fish.
Fish on.
There you go. Minnow.
Minnow. So what do we got here?
Steel.
Steel.
Who's winning?
Oh, it's a draw right now.
The minnow got spit way up your line.
Yeah, way up there. Come on.
Oh, oh, he doesn't like the net.
Ooh.
It's a pretty silver fish.
Yeah, it looks like a...
That he just got here not too long ago. They start to get a bit.
Ah! Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Matt. Oh, how about that? Here we go. You know, it never ceases to amaze me how powerful these fish are. And in terms of numbers of big fish, the Niagara, for my money, is one of the most consistent producers of trophy trout anywhere in the nation. Let's get this big male back in the water. Okay, baby, away you go.
That one? Good job.
That's looking important. Nice.
All right, Bruce, beautiful fish.
Fantastic
Nice fish. Hey, it's pretty good fishing right now, but what is the key window for being here?
These fish show up here in November. They last right through April. One thing, when you do come up fishing, you got to be prepared. You got to have bait. You got to have egg sacs, egg imitations. It changes daily with the fishing.
There are a variety of baits, as Bruce said, that you can use. Let's take a look at the different options that you have. Boat speed is critical and controlled by the man in the bow. He fights the current with the trolling motor just enough to keep his line vertical. At that point, the boat more closely matches the speed of the slower bottom current. The Niagara is perhaps the deepest steelhead river in the world, and anglers there have developed unique methods. They fish vertically with about 1 ounce of pencil lead on a 10-inch dropper below a 3-way swivel. The trick is to hold the weight a few inches off bottom without dragging it most of the time, dropping the rod tip occasionally to check for bottom. The clearer the water, the longer the leader, and water clarity in the Niagara varies dramatically. Fluorocarbon leaders 10 to 12 feet long are a must when it's gin clear, and it's sometimes necessary to drop down to 6-pound test break strengths. When the water clouds up, most guides prefer leaders 6 to 7 feet long, using a tough 10-pound test break strengths in place of fluorocarbon. At the business end, a light wire hook is important. The hook shouldn't drag the bait down to bottom. Hook sizes number 8 through number 4 are optimum. These match most of the bait options, which include soft plastic eggs, moldable trout bait, shiners, spawn bags, glow bugs, which are also called yarn or egg flies, and many other possible baits that work well for steelhead, like cut skein, wax worms, red worms, and small plastic worms. There we go. They're fat here, really well-fed fish. So many different baits here. The emerald shiners, you were telling us, shad and alewives, different seasons, they're different baits, and that's one part of the bait selection process when you're picking different colors and different sizes, trying to match all the different bait that live in this system. Let's get her back in the water.
Matthew, got one. Bigger fish too. This is the one.
Good one?
This is the one we're looking for.
Equipment becomes crucial with strong, lightning-quick fish like steelhead. Use reels with a quality drag and the capacity to hold at least 150 yards of 10-pound line. Longer rods absorb shock, and sensitivity is absolutely critical. The optimum rod is 8.5 to 10 feet long. On this trip, we use Shakespeare Intrepid rods and Katera reels to bend wild Niagara steel toward the net.
Yeehaw!
That's what we're looking for.
Fantastic. Incredible fishery, huh? Matthew, how about that?
That is gorgeous. I can't think of a finer steelhead river anywhere.
Fantastic fishing, beautiful scenery, Niagara County. Get up here fast. It's happening right now.
Let's get that big boy back. Let him fight another day.
Unbelievable.